evening. Welcome to South Asia Newsline. I'm Yeshi Chansom. Here are the top stories we are tracking for you on Friday, the 24th of April. India on right track to deal with COVID-19, says Health Minister. Taliban reject Afghan President Ghani's call for ceasefire. And India's Muslim keep faith and distance as holy month of Ramadan begins. And now for all the details. India's Health Minister on Friday said the country is on the right track to deal with COVID-19 pandemic. Just state health ministers need to be confident and follow strategies regarding surveillance and containment. The total count of coronavirus cases in India reached 23,077 on Friday.
India's Health Ministry, in its routine press conference on COVID-19 situation in the country on Friday, said that coronavirus cases reached 23,077 with 1,684 more COVID-19 cases reported in the last 24 hours. Out of these, 17,610 patients are active cases and 4,749 cases have been cured or discharged and migrated. As many as 718 deaths have been reported till now across the country. Amid the rising COVID-19 cases, Indian Health Minister Dr. Harsh Vardhan on Friday reviewed the actions on pandemic management via video conferencing with several state health ministers. While addressing the ministers, Dr. Vardhan said, faulty antibody testing kits will be returned if they don't work properly, whether they belong to China or any other country.
इस बीमारी को कंट्रोल करने के लिए एकदम बेहतर स्थिति में है। इसलिए सबसे पहला तो मेरा आप सबसे ये अनुरोध है कि अपने कॉन्फिडेंस को बनाए रखें और जो कंटेनमेंट की सर्वेलेंस की स्ट्रैटेजीज हैं उसको बहुत मेटिकुलस तरीके से हम उसको बहुत गंभीरता से उनको फॉलो करें। सभी स्वास्थ्य मंत्रियों से भी हमारा अनुरोध है कि वो उसको स्वयं मॉनिटर बहुत डिटेल में करें।
Earlier in the day, Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi interacted with the heads of villages from across the nation via video conferencing and appealed them to make people follow social distancing norms. He emphasized that coronavirus disease can only be fought by maintaining physical distance and taking the necessary precautions. The COVID-19 pandemic in India is largely limited to bigger cities in the country so far.
Pakistan on Thursday sought the revival of SAARC's Technical Committee on Health in order to evolve a common strategy against the novel coronavirus. The meeting was chaired by Special Assistant to the Pakistan Prime Minister on Health Services, Dr. Zafar Mirza. Health officials from South Asian Association for Regional Cooperation or SAARC countries held a video conference on Thursday, during which they agreed to enhance cooperation to combat the COVID-19 pandemic at the regional level. Proposed by Pakistan, the meeting was chaired by Special Assistant to the Pakistan Prime Minister on Health Services, Dr. Zafar Mirza. Pakistan's Foreign Office in a statement said the meeting was attended by all member states, including India and SAARC Secretary General Asela Ruwan Virakun. Issues including real-time sharing of information and clinical data, capacity building and training of medical and paramedical staff, supply of medicines and medical equipment, research coordination and enhancing cooperation with frontline international organizations including the WHO came under discussion, the Foreign Office said in the statement. Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi on March 15 held a video conference with SAARC leaders where he initiated a COVID-19 emergency fund for the regional bloc with an initial offering of $10 million for the fund. All other SAARC nations had promptly donated to the COVID-19 emergency fund. Pakistan pledged $3 million to the fund and was the last among the 8 members of the bloc to contribute to COVID-19 emergency fund. Moving on, civil society in Gilgit-Baltistan has raised questions on the intentions of Pakistani government saying the authorities do not want to help the people of the illegally occupied region, even in a health crisis situation like COVID-19. Cooperative Society of Gilgit-Baltistan has accused Pakistan government of not having intentions to help the people of the illegally occupied region, even in a health crisis such as COVID-19. President of Cooperative Society Mir Nawaz Khan in a press conference said mismanagement and lack of intentions to help are the key reasons why Gilgit-Baltistan is hit hard amid the outbreak. Nawaz also asked the government to sanction relief packages of more than $600 million to make up for the economic losses in the region, as according to him, the authorities do not have a problem of resources and budgets.
सूबाई हुकूमत के पास वसाइल का मसला नहीं है, यहाँ मैनेजमेंट और नाअहलियत की वजह से ये वो नहीं कर सकते। आप अगर सिंपल सा एक मिसाल ले लें, चाइना से जो हमें एड मिला, वहाँ से जो एड लेने वाले गए थे 27 गाड़ियाँ और 2 हेलीकॉप्टरों में मैंने सुना गए थे, 3 हेलीकॉप्टरों में, तो और यहाँ ग्रांट का भी मसला नहीं।
Gilgit-Baltistan has so far registered over 250 COVID-19 cases. It is believed the occupied region bordering China's Xinjiang province have many unreported COVID-19 cases due to lack of testing labs and kits. In news from Afghanistan, the Taliban has turned down calls for a ceasefire in Afghanistan amid the coronavirus outbreak and the onset of the Muslim holy month of Ramadan.
Amid escalating violence in many parts of the country, Afghan President Ashraf Ghani on Thursday appealed to Taliban for a ceasefire, citing the coronavirus outbreak, the presidential palace said in a statement. But the Taliban spokesman Suhail Shaheen rejected the appeal on Twitter and said, asking for a ceasefire is not rational or convincing, as thousands of prisoners are being put into danger due to coronavirus, and hurdles are created in the way of the peace process. Ghani's appeal comes as dozens of Afghan security force members have lost their lives in Taliban attacks over the last week. The agreement signed between the US and Taliban on February 29 calls for the release of up to 5,000 Taliban prisoners from Afghan jails, in exchange of 1,000 government security forces being held by the insurgents. The deal required the prisoner swap to be concluded by March 10, when Taliban and Afghan teams were supposed to open direct peace talks to negotiate a sustainable ceasefire and power-sharing arrangement. However, the Afghan government, which was not part of the accord, began a phased release of the prisoners earlier this month and so far has freed fewer than 500 Taliban inmates. In return, the Taliban have also set only 60 prisoners free.
The Nepali government has reported 48 coronavirus positive cases and 0 death cases. However, 10 patients have been discharged after a successful recovery. Nepal is on a nationwide lockdown until April 27 as part of measures to stem the spread of coronavirus in the country.
Three more persons tested positive for COVID-19, taking the number of confirmed coronavirus cases in Nepal to 48 as on Thursday. According to Nepal's Health Ministry spokesperson Bikash Devkota, a 55-year-old woman whose sample was collected from Udaipur district was among the 3 people who tested positive for the coronavirus infection. Others include a 14-year-old male from Sarlahi and a 26-year-old male from Bhojpur. The 14-year-old boy is reportedly the youngest person to be diagnosed with coronavirus infection in Nepal so far and had entered Nepal from India on April 5. Meanwhile, Nepal till Thursday has tested 34,523 samples using rapid diagnostic test method and 90,199 using the polymerase chain reaction method. As per the ministry, a total of 86 people are currently in isolation around the nation, whereas 10,523 have been kept in quarantine. Nepal is on nationwide lockdown until April 27 as part of measures to stem the spread of the coronavirus in the country.
Sanitization workers are at the front lines of our response to the COVID-19 crisis. A sanitization worker in Indian capital, New Delhi, hopes to protect others in virus fight as he along with his colleagues ventures out to disinfect some of Delhi's crowded slums and neighborhoods deemed to be at risk for the novel coronavirus. 38-year-old Devdutt Sharma begins his day like many others and head for work. He dons an orange jacket from the South Delhi Municipal Corporation in Indian capital New Delhi and says goodbye to his family. But these days, his job is far from the routine. Sharma usually works in malaria prevention with the city, but now he, along with other domestic breeding checkers, have been redeployed to aid in the fight against the spread of COVID-19. Sharma rides his motorbike to his office, where he suits up in protective gear and pulls a container full of disinfectant onto his back. He then ventures out to disinfect some of Delhi's crowded slums and neighborhoods deemed to be at risk for the novel coronavirus.
डर तो लगता है सर, देखो अगर हम लोग ही घर में बैठ जाएंगे तो बीमारी को कैसे ख़त्म कर पाएंगे। जब मैं अपने घर आता हूँ तो सर मुझे भी लगता है कभी ऐसा वायरस मेरे में ना हो, मेरे बच्चों में ना आ जाए। मजबूर हैं, ड्यूटी तो करनी है सर।
The plight of medical workers lacking protective gear has received widespread attention in India, but the country's sanitization workers are also taking on risks, heading into areas that have been designated as containment zones. Indian government has issued an advisory to all states for ensuring the health and safety of sanitization workers during COVID-19, asking them to draw up clear standing operating procedures for their work protocol through the lockdown period. India is on a lockdown until May 3rd to contain the spread of the disease. Muslims around the world are celebrating Ramadan like no other as the holy month begins amid restrictions due to coronavirus, which shuttered mosques in several Indian cities on Friday due to coronavirus lockdown. Muslims are facing a Ramadan Eve like never before.
With shuttered mosques in several Indian cities, including capital New Delhi on Friday due to coronavirus lockdown and bans on mass prayers across India, some 195 million Muslims are facing a Ramadan Eve like never before. A day before the holy fasting month of Ramadan begins, Muslims in India are grappling with an untimely paradox of the new coronavirus pandemic and forced separation at a time when socializing is almost sacred. The risk of full-blown coronavirus pandemic has changed priorities with curbs imposed on large gatherings for prayers and religious activities.
रमज़ान में मतलब एक फेस्टिव माहौल होता है और हम अपने फ्रेंड्स से मिलते हैं और एक बहुत सोशल गैदरिंग टाइप का होता है। हम लोग तरावी पढ़ने जाते हैं हर रात को, पर इस बारी वो नहीं हो पाएगा क्योंकि सब सोशल डिस्टेंसिंग प्रैक्टिस कर रहे हैं।
Though the sheen of Ramadan will be missed this year, the celebration with the family will bring forth the essence of the festivity. Ramadan is the 9th month of the Islamic calendar, during which Muslims do not consume food or even water from dawn till dusk.
पिछले साल तो इस साइड में रौनक बहुत थी, मार्केट हुआ था, खजूर का मार्केट रहता था हर साल रमज़ान में खजूर का मार्केट इधर होता था, मगर इस साल आप देखिए कि कुछ भी नहीं है, दुकान बंद है, गाड़ियाँ लॉक्स है, सब कुछ बंद है। सिर्फ हम अल्लाह ताला से ये दुआ करते हैं कि या अल्लाह ये रमज़ान हमारे लिए अच्छा निकले, हम कश्मीरी और फुल इंडिया के लिए अच्छा निकले।
India urged Muslims to keep their distance while observing their faith as Ramadan will begin on Saturday, shrouded in fear over the coronavirus.
Well, that's the way it was in South Asia this evening. Before we conclude the top stories once again. India on right track to deal with COVID-19, says Health Minister. Taliban reject Afghan President Ghani's call for ceasefire. And India's Muslims keep faith and distance as holy month of Ramadan begins. Now viewers can watch the show on SouthAsiaNewsline.com. You can also visit us on Facebook.com/AsAsiaNewsline and follow us on Twitter @AsAsiaNewsline. That's all in tonight's edition. We'll see you same time next week. Have a great weekend. Good night.